Good everyone. Sometimes even try something a little bit different. I'm straightly streaming. Like first off, fixing this mic. I'm not sure why I'm having so much issues with it. It's still not coming in good. But I'm also not connected to my hotspot either. Yeah, my connection's not that great. That could be some of the problem. It is an interesting feature that the mines have right now. That you know, live stream from the mines to YouTube using a streaming device. But honestly, right now, there's not much I can do to figure out how to get this Yeti right. You guys all know how it is. We're always looking for viable options for new streaming platforms, new places. No, I'm not a fan of cryptocurrency. We've all been down that road. You know my opinions and views. But when it comes down to all this censorship stuff, the very key issue is not being able to express your freedom of speech, express your rights, your liberties on these big platforms like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You do have to find alternative possibilities. Now, is this a perfect alternative? No, because you still have to use YouTube to stream with. Now, maybe as they further get out of beta on this, will allow us to use like OBS, XSplit, Zoom to be able to do our streams from. If they do that, then this will have some real good. Right now, it has potential for other things. Coming in, just creating a gathering and just not even going live, just interacting with your audience group. Doing like local gatherings, which you know, get streaming device. You can actually record these and upload later, and not have to go about doing the live stream part. So there's still some pros and cons to this. Like I said, it's really the first time I've played with it live, and I can already see I had audio issues, but that's not from here. It's just stupid Yeti mic. I have not been able to calibrate this thing. I think part of it is also the connections. Right now, I'm just running a jack into my phone and running a hotspot off my phone. It's actually my actual hotspot, but I'm trying to save the hotspot for other things. I'm curious if it's allowed me to share screen. I have share screen option here, so it actually will share to both of us. This is going to be when we just testing a few things out. It's everything great. So let's see if it can work. Share screen. So this is this little program I got here on the mind. So we got to keep it. We got to find spots. They're going to protect our freedom of speech, allow us to post the content, talk about things we want, the ability to have a critical mind, critical thinking, question things. We need platforms that's going to respect that and not try to demonetize us or force you to adhere and silence your speech. You stick with what only they deem is appropriate propaganda. So we're dealing with. So yes, I'm always looking for new places. For me, DLive had way too much baggage, too many issues, too many headaches. Didn't work. I'm still use BitChute to upload things as a backup, but my main backup, when I actually have some decent, have a computer hooked up some decent internet to back things up, will be archive.org. No, everything's a tool. It's how we choose to use it. When do we say enough is enough? When do we pick up and start utilizing these different platforms like the minds? I'm not a fan of Gab either. Well, sorry, you sold out once, you sold out twice, you'll do it again. I don't care because you finally decide to create your own platform. I know how that works. You're still going to end up dealing with this BS. Just like I commented earlier today on somebody's video, couldn't understand why they got community strikes or guideline strikes. What are they calling it now? It just keeps changing their TOSs so fast it's not fun. To the point where it just says if you change that without you getting a notice. It's on you to keep checking daily, basically. In my comment to that video, dude's post on Twitter, because like 3 instant strikes. I'm thinking they're a little bit more elaborate with it. But the fact is, we got laws in place in Britain where if you copy anything from a news agency, this is all in Europe, anybody that's tied into the EU, United Nations, Brexit, all of them, they're trying to force censorship of that. They're trying to force, by any means necessary, to keep people from seeing what's really going on in these countries. This starting to happen here when you got Facebook who will deny those laws will honor everybody else, but say, fuck us and our constitutional rights. We don't matter. We've got a problem. We've got a problem, especially when Facebook, unlike Twitter, Facebook is based out of here in the United States, where Twitter is not. You know, I don't agree with how Twitter does either, but they're more of an international company. And, you know, I can see where they got to make certain things. Do I agree with how they're doing it? No. Do I believe what was said in multiple interviews? Hell no. They're both lying. They know full damn well that they're targeting certain individuals. Flat out. Can't argue it. They want to blame it on the algorithm. Let's put that myth to bed right now. To write a computer program takes a person to write the code. So to create an algorithm, you got to write the code. So therefore, somebody put in the algorithm to flag specific content, targeted individuals. Can't blame it on the algorithm. Can't blame it on nothing else because the person wrote it. You know what the code does. If you're running a proper business and things are being checked and double checked if you're supposed to, there's no excuse for it. The only excuse is that you're doing it on purpose and you're allowing it to continue to happen. You know, I could always delete Facebook. Well, I get it. I really do. I mean, I got family that's in Brazil that I can't. The only place I can talk to them is on Facebook. So we are put in situations. And I also know from being years and years on track, building websites, building my own platforms. I can tell you right now, most people don't like going to new platforms because you got to relearn everything. No matter how simple you keep it or how much you mimic it to another site, it's still something new. And people hate new things because it's unknown. Throughout history, we know that. What do most people fear? They fear the unknown. It's a fact of life. And I've made a few changes to my channel as well, which you guys will find out soon enough. Now, for those that are maybe tuning in from the minds from the group, all you guys got to do is hit the gathering button. For those that are watching from YouTube, I really haven't shared this video. But those who might be watching from YouTube, I'm not there. I'm actually on the minds. We're going to interact. Links in the description to the minds, my group channel, the minds. Come on over, create an account. If you don't have one, click the gather button. You can actually join in. Or you can comment from the chat room on the side. There's a little arrow bar on the side. Just click on that or dialogue chat in there. You don't want to actually join me inside the gathering. But like I said, it's something new, something I wanted to try out and experiment with. I wish I had a little bit better internet connection to see how this would actually work. I am going to work on getting this mic fixed, so it's not going always over body. But like I said, I don't think it's really the mic as much as it is the mic connections. You know, like I said, that's about hey, Brie, I'm not really paying attention from YouTube, so I'm actually over on the minds of my group, so. And I'm quite sure my audio is not 5 by 5. I think some of that might be due to this fucking crazy weather we're having. I'll settle by 4 by 4. That's an improvement from what it sounded like when I first started. I mean, I like this thing on the mics because it does show me my internet connection. It says it's good for right now. I mean, bit rate's only like, I think it's maxing out at 40K. Yeah. It gives you some nice stats. So it would definitely be connected to USDs. Yeah. It'd be definitely interesting to see, but I am jumping from like good to poor quality, or not optimal. But it is nice to see. It'd be nice to see when I plug in my actually run my hotspot, because I'll probably do another podcast from here. I want to. I think in future podcasts that I use from the Minds group, I'm going to make it private on YouTube. So go back to like how I was doing things before Periscope, doing Periscope for Twitter. I use it Facebook back before I was getting banned all the time. Doing like one stream a week just for those specific platforms, which I know pretty much will not be streaming to Facebook anymore. I deleted my Periscope. I got tired of the aggravations and headaches, manipulating my stream, manipulating the volume of it, or kicking everybody out of my chat room. Yeah, I've got video evidence of that. I get to the point. Like I said, some of the previous podcasts I've done since I've been back. It's about where we're going to start drawing the line. I have reasons to be on Facebook, or I just stop talking to family members that I can't reach. Not all of them have Skype, and most of them aren't going to jump around. It took them forever to migrate to Facebook because they were all originally on it before Google shut that down. Now let's look at what Google's shutting down now. Google Plus is going away, so all of our private, our personal pages there, groups and stuff that we may have created from Google Plus profiles, we're going to lose all that. So, I mean, where else is there to go? Wasn't a fan of Steemit. Because Steemit, the live stream, you still had to use DLive. And it did not, and my thing about those places was too much aggravation and headaches. Sometimes stuff would load, thumbnails wouldn't load. It was just one big aggravation with DLive. And the fact is, when I shared my content from Steemit or DLive, it wouldn't show the video. It only showed the advertisement for DLive. It wouldn't say what it was about or nothing. Nobody's going to click on that. So I had a huge issue. Then they decided to change platforms and delete everybody's stuff. I didn't have access to the internet at the time, so I wasn't able to say what I had posted up there. I had my stuff transferred over. It's not a fault of theirs, but it's also the way they did it inconvenienced some people weren't always on there, didn't have perfect internet to access and transfer. So, no, must say, wasn't happy with me. And you know, I had issues with the mind. So, like the little virus thing that they have everybody upload to be able to use your wire, access to, so you could receive your points and stuff, so you can boost your content. No, I'm not about cryptocurrency, but I will use those points to boost my content or boost people's contents that deserve it. One of the features that attracted me to the points, the ability to reach more people just by spending points that I earn for checking in and posting content, you know, gaining subscribers. It allows me to reach more people, like this group. Since I created it, this year alone has been a great year for the group. I mean, it's went from 20 plus members to 107 members in a few weeks. Now that I'm being able to actively post stuff with people posting in the group, so I see the advantage of it. I see the plus side of things. Because the bottom line is we can't be relying on Facebook. I mean, look what happened yesterday.
Message is received from 54676.
Oh yeah, who isn't having issues with Facebook? I've been having issues with them for the past 2 years. So. But I've had issues everywhere. That's something else we have to realize. There is no perfect site. There's never going to be a perfect site. You know, sometimes we just got to take advantage of the sites as they're coming about. But like I said, guys, I'm going to keep this one fairly short. Not so much too worried about my data phone. I run unlimited on mine. But I will definitely try this out. My hotspot. But overall, I am impressed that I've been able to stream from my phone, using my phone as a hotspot instead of my actual hotspot, because that's actually something I can't do using Hangouts. So right there in itself is number. I do see my quality is going up and down. But for the most part, it's staying red and blues. I mean green and blue, so it's definitely a new improvement. Definitely something to tinker with in the weeks to come. Because in the end, it's pretty much what it's getting down, boiling down to with all this crap going around. Just finding those platforms where you can reach people. That's the other thing, guys. Here's the advantage of being on multiple platforms where you get to interact with your audience. Just Twitter audience, YouTube audience, Facebook. That's what I like about it. It's bringing more people in to interact with, learning various things. We're able now to reach more people than we've ever been able to do before. That's a good thing, and that's a bad thing. You know, depends how you look at it. We're going to look at it as a good thing. How people in government that want to suppress our freedom of speech, want to suppress and control the information that's put out there, they're going to do everything to oppose this, to go after websites like the mine. See them do it. Yeah, see them do it everywhere. Even before Facebook is what it is today, or YouTube even. You've had platforms out there like Lean, Spurs, and then the list is like unbelievably long. How many different platforms? All this stuff we're seeing now was already happening on these platforms. I know, I was there. I was on Ming sites, my own sites, when they were pulling this censorship crap on us there, before it even happened over anywhere else. This ain't new. They've been beta testing it on these low-end platforms, getting all the bugs worked out. And it's like I said, we got to quit letting them use the excuse, oh, it's an algorithm issue. No, it's not an algorithm issue. Somebody coded that into the algorithm. Therefore, whoever he answered to, and you are the CEO of the company, you know full damn well it's in the algorithm, and you know it's written. So don't blame it on a computer glitch. There is a human that coded it and created it and designed it to pick up and target the things it's targeting. I don't know if we're still in cyber attack irons. You guys in the chat room over into it. I'm not actually there. So I kind of flip back and forth. I'm actually my group on stream. As far as upcoming broadcasts I have coming up, pretty sure we'll be doing Smoke and Dope Show Friday, maybe tonight. As far as special guests, I think hoping next week, I'm going to try to have a guy on. I'm actually looking forward to that. And like I said, I have a special guest that I need to get back to and set things back up. But I'm really looking forward to having this person on. She's been someone that I've enjoyed following for the past several years. I just actually do. The first thing came to my mind yesterday when I started having issues, not being share anything. That was funny because I could go to Facebook, but I couldn't. It had a link with it. Wouldn't post. Just come and visit. I couldn't even post. That's because I didn't have issues with their messenger. I couldn't even post links in my messenger, so I don't know. But I do fully find out, because I don't believe anything about the New York Times. But to come to find out, the New York Times wrote an article about it and being put under investigation. I mean, what's this thing, guys? We all want censorship and all this crap to stop. But you honestly believe the government, those fucking seditious they're making laws governing our internet? Do I need to remind everybody to the true colors of joke since the last 2 years? How much they've called and screen cap people like me, and other people that stream channels taken down? You want the government step in? Let's remember how the government controlled radio, the inception of radio. SEC, say to this, more would happen. It'd be far worse whatever happened to radio. We've got places where you can't even joke around about anything or go to prison. Remind you last year of the guy and the dog. I thought it was funny. Guy's in jail now. That's EU laws. You know, somebody said, well, on the video that I had commented on, said I could see why it got struck and took down. To all YouTubers, let's get something straight. Go read their terms and policies, services, and you start playing the word game and everything because it is a two-edged sword. It's left up for interpretation. So they don't care about your interpretation. It's their interpretation and how they want to see and how it fits the propaganda they're being paid to support and push. It's no longer about us, the creators. No longer about us, the content people. It's about the people that put money in their pockets, government force into taking action. So do we want our government controlling? The only thing I would want to see is they demand that our rights, our First Amendment rights, our Constitution is upheld. That's all they got to do, because they won't do that, because they want to control what we're putting in. They don't want us fact checking them, putting the real information out. Because it goes against the narrative they're pushing. Just like the last 2 years, how many unsealed cases have been unsealed since Trump took office that went against the status quo of the Obama administration? That don't happen. That's what he's saying. There's no terrorists here. But come to find out how many have been arrested, charged here in the United States, and the documents were sealed to protect the status quo. So, truthfully, if nobody's reporting it, or it's sealed and somebody talks about it, there's no proof because the document's sealed. But when these documents started becoming unsealed, someone started seeing the truth. But as soon as we started talking about it, what happened? Our view counts went down. Our videos would get struck down. Our channels would get those strikes. I mean, Iron, I think some of the ties, we could say that has some ties in it with Venezuela. Same thing is happening in France and Britain and Germany. They don't want to see, especially in France, they don't want you to see a nation that's pretty much going to civil war. That's like, we've had enough. And that's what's happening in France. That's what's happening in several countries where the media isn't being shown. That's why the EU worked hard to put laws in place that, oh, if I use this video clip from their news agency, I can be fined. because I didn't pay the news agency to use their clip. Getting to that point, you can't screen share anymore. And if you're catching someone's logo and getting copyright violations because you use their logo, it's protected material. The internet and censorship is a weapon. Iron, you are very right on that. It is the new weapon. Controlling, but it's not the new weapon. This has happened throughout centuries. I mean, before, the town people, the common folks, got their news from the town crier, who'd come out there, give the announcement from the king and queen. I mean, we haven't really changed. What is newspapers? Newspapers are nothing more than the town crier. It's always been controlled. The information that comes from the top, it's always been controlled how it gets spread to the common people. During our country's forming, we used the paper. We used paper to produce propaganda, to recruit, to put secret coded messages in. Now look at it. We're in a digital age where it's out there for everybody. Now we're introducing all kinds of stuff that people don't have a clue what they're taking in, watching, seeing, viewing. They see a cool image, things are cool, but they don't realize that there's so much shit hidden inside that image that's meant to attack you on a psychological level. To go after your psyche, break down the walls, and plant subliminal messages. These are all scientifically fact proven. It's just like we talk about socialism, but we don't call it for its real name. The National Socialist Party, the Nazi regime party. So, but yeah, we see our youth so brainwashed. I've got talk. In fact, we are going to do a smoke and toke show tonight. I've got a whole list of topics I will talk about, notes that I've taken in the past few days. That will bring, that I want to get into. Things that are happening right here in our own country. And I did really mean what I said on Twitter. I'm done being silent on certain matters that I've kind of put to avoid or not touch right at the moment. But the more and more I get out, more and more I interact, people socialize, more and more I sit around the college, students, more and more I see things differently than I thought I had perceived before. The more we interact, learn, and view things. But we're not stuck in front of a keyboard and a computer screen 24/7 to be programmed. When we take a break from this and actually interact with people in real life, start having intellectual conversations, critical thinking conversations with people, we start seeing things. We start seeing that our idea, generation isn't exactly as we had put it. And I'm going to show that as I bring on more younger guests on this channel. Ones that you wouldn't believe their age, but yet they're just as awake as the rest of us. They're seeing the same things, but they're stuck in their peer groups. It's that peer pressure. It's that, social status that never got away from high school, preps, middle social class system that's rampantly programmed in us throughout school. There's so many things that we can look at. There's a lot of people are going to blame the parents. We got kids that are suing and taking their parents to court because their parents didn't get them vaccinated. Why? Well, because they've been taught one narrative. They haven't been shown. They've been taught not to question what they're taught in school, not to question where they get their resources for them, not to think outside the box. Why? Because they're taught outside of the home. It's gotten to the point where most people, especially since 2008, most parents don't work now. Sometimes multiple long hours, multiple jobs. And it's gotten to the point where the parents no longer teach or educate their children. It's the school system. The school system's indoctrinated further, driving them away from parents, driving away from their parents' morals. Teaching them things that goes against what their parents would even allow them to be taught. You know, most parents can't keep up with what's going on in the school boards and the school systems. And when they finally hear that, so when did that happen? I didn't get no note. Since when are they teaching transgenderism to my 7-year-old, my 8-year-old, my 9-year-old? That place has no business in the school system. No business being taught to any of our kids at that young age. Fuck, we're not even trying to have a birds and a bees conversation at that age of kids. That shit, we don't, I didn't get that discussion until like I was 10, 11. Some parents, they're the first sign of sexual activity, or the first sign of them questioning their puberty. So there's all kinds of issues that we can be talking about, that we need to be talking about. Why did it take a group of fucking Muslims to demand, to actually protest a school system about transgenderism and homosexuality being taught in the classrooms? It was funny that the rest of the community, the American people, the ones that don't have the same ideology as the Muslims, were silent. Now, I don't agree with that radical ideology, but they got something right. That shit does not be there to be there to be educated. Educated about sexuality. Not educated about the birds and the bees and anything else. Their basic education should be science, math, arithmetic. But that's math. English. Note, I said English, not a foreign language. Foreign language, at least when I went to school, wasn't taught until high school. And if you need it for a field you was going to go into. Because truthfully, the universal language in the world is American. It's English. Everybody knows it's taught in every school. Now, I have a big issue with that when throughout the 90s, they just started adding, Spanish to, press 1 for English, 2 for Spanish. Well, I think it's fucked up now that it's press 1 for Spanish and press 3 for English. You know what I think is even more fucked up? All you U.S. business corporations and companies and telemarketers, how you've sold the American people out and shipped all those jobs overseas. So where I gotta speak to somebody overseas that I can barely understand, that barely speaks English, in some Indian country. I'm sorry. No, those are jobs that American people could have right here at home. It used to be that way. Yeah, there's a lot of change that needs to take place. A lot of things that need to change. But that change isn't going to come from the politicians we get in our offices right now, at the government level, state level. They all need this. They need to be replaced with people like me and you that are listening to this podcast right now. People that respect other people's views and beliefs, that understand why our Constitution was drafted and written, that understands what our forefathers fought for, and knows this country was not based on Christian ideology. Now, most of our forefathers, their forefathers were fled Europe in persecution of the church. They fled the rule of law, said you couldn't be free thinkers. You couldn't have a mind of your own. That's why they came here. They did not want what happened in Britain, France, and all these other places around the world to happen here. They had enough. They wanted everybody to be able to come here, no matter what their religious belief was. In fact, they went as far to make it church and state separate. Now, I have nothing against spirituality. Not even the least bit. Everybody wants to be spiritual and believe in it. I have an issue when it comes to the word religion. Because all religion has proven throughout history is a means to control masses. That's colorful terms created by the Catholic Church. Heathen, heretic, pagan, common folk, free thinkers. That's what the root origins, when broken down, taken to the root origins meant. When they were first used in language. I've thoroughly researched that. So yes, I'm a proud heretic. I'm a proud heathen. I'm a free thinker. I have ability to critically think and question, weigh the pros and cons of any situation. I'm not scared of change. I'm not scared to admit when I might have an idea or concept wrong. But that's taken years and years of breaking down all the lies, all the propaganda and indoctrinations that I was taught from growing up. It took me having the balls to go experience other religions. And I found, in many of them, I found some spiritual connections. It's just dogma. Shit that's made to control the masses. It's made to make you hate another religious belief. Makes you hate another person because they might be sexual. They might be, who knows what. Spirituality and that is dogma. That's teaching you to hate. So all you Christians out there, let's not forget the number one commandment of the New Testament: love. You can't love thy neighbor and love thy enemy if you class them as something they do goes against what you are taught. You know, we've been indoctrinating, filled with propaganda since the time of the dawn of day. Since man realized I can control people through fear, control people through an ideology and concept that you need to follow this belief, or you're going to hell, or you're going to Hades, whatever colorful term they want to call it. Are you truly free when you take on those expressions and those views? Is that true connection with God? No matter what you choose to call God. And we get in this argument, this argument. And it's simple, with one mindset. God. They are all of the true God. No matter what we call him or her. You know, it goes back to the aspect of what's male or female. Who cares? I'll never know until the day I die. But why argue? But we'll argue over that. But in fact, he created us in his own image. So therefore, is he not both? He's the Alpha, the Omega. He is everything. To the point where our minds can't fathom. But yet we'll argue religion to the blue of this. We'll have holy wars, crusades. We'll have so-called heretics. It seems to help a little bit, higher, but not much. Right now, I'm only running.
Yeah, no, I've been listening for a minute. You still got it on here, though.
Yeah, I think there's about a minute delay difference between from here to Minds to YouTube. But for just using the phone, I am shocked. I don't got the hotspot. I gotta figure out if it's the mic causing that.
It's your connection.
Or my connection.
It's your connection. It's the connection.
Yeah, it's the connection.
Hear how it comes through.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, a proper UBS cable for this thing instead of using one for the cricket. Like I said, I wanted to more experiment today to see how this actually works.
So it's picking up our conversation.
Oh yeah, it's picking up our conversation. Which is should tell us right there. It's nothing to do with my game. My game's turned all the way down on the mic.
No, it's the internet juice. It's the juice.
Mm-hmm. But I haven't been able to check my hotspot to see how much data I got left.
Probably quite good.
But yeah, I figured last time we checked, we had done 2 episodes and not even used a gigabyte. So we should be good. In fact, I need to find out what my service ends because I might get, when I get to that point, I'm going to have to either upload some content or download some stuff, burn up the data. Kind of hate that. You pay for it, you don't use it, all you lose it. Right. Instead of it just
Messages
stacking on top.
received from 54676.
That's straight talk. That's like the 5th or 6th message I got like that. Look, guys, I'm going to wrap this up, but like I said tonight, I don't know, around 7 or 8. Definitely going to do Smoke and Toke show. I've got a few things I want to talk about. I'm sure you do too as well. You know, you've been jotting down notes. Like I said, we'll be playing around over here on the Minds from time to time. Maybe once a week, try it. But for right now, most of my streaming is still going to be done from YouTube using Hangouts just because it seems to work a little bit better. And that way I don't have to have multiple windows. Right, this way I have to have my Chrome up, and that takes a lot of juice. At least from YouTube, I can just close everything out, just keep my Hangouts up in my chat window for YouTube, and like I said, I don't run any data that way. But yeah, I will schedule the stream for probably around 8 o'clock. Like I said, I've got a few topics I kind of hinted at in this podcast. I've got a few more that I want to talk about.
Like how I made the Christian Coalition leave the.
Oh, what's that?
They rubbed me wrong.
Oh, that's right. Today's Thursday.
So I let them have it. You know, that their holidays come from, you know, pagan holidays, and the calendar they use is set from pagan shit, and everything else is pagan. And they couldn't rebuttal me, and I laughed at them, and, you know, told them who the fuck I was.
You really can't rebuttal when you just quote that scripture in Psalms. You are all gods and goddesses. Answerable to me, the only true God. But we are all, but God called us all gods and goddesses. Think about that. That's in Psalms, by the way. Do your own research and find it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with spirituality. It's the word religion that I have a problem with, and the dogma that comes with it. That's why we're so divided against each other, always bickering and fighting. And we don't see what's really going on. We don't see that's a designed indoctrination to keep the masses divided, keep them arguing, pitted against each other. Because if you found out the truth, you didn't need this religion. This organized religion isn't organized. Because it doesn't have, organized religion has nothing to do with spirituality. That spirituality is your connection with who you call God, Goddess, whatever you choose to use for a word to represent who your creator is. Your absolute power, whatever you want to call it. It's that connection. And that's supposed to be private. I can tell you in the New Testament, it tells you if you're going to pray, go in the closet.
Well, even when Jesus went to pray, he went up on the mountain away from everybody and prayed.
Gotta love the mountain.
Yeah.
You know, guys, that's why I don't get really these debates and stuff. But I'm a kid, I'm not a Christian. Again, I could say I am Judeo-Christian. But then again, I know proper name for that too. Judeo-science.
Judeo-Christian science.
Mm-hmm. Just to prove things in the Bible were right. It was created to, we're supposed to use astrologers to predict future events. We're using astrology science. That stuff still happens to this day inside the Vatican. They still have their astrologers. But wait, that's evil, right? That's what they teach their congregations and masses. But they do it. They use it. Like I said, religion out there and show you their mystical form of it. Every religion has their mystical aspects of it. Christianity is so scattered, it's not funny to have your faith healers. You have people that can touch you and tell you what your ailments are. But yeah, I know pagans that can do the very same damn thing. You call them evil.
Right.
Wait, why are you calling them evil when they're doing exactly the same thing you're doing? See the indoctrination? See why I say religion is meant to control the masses? Religion is not spirituality. And we'll find this concept throughout anything we talk about: politics, governments, social classes, economic classes. It's all there. There's always a form put in place that's meant to divide us, keep us separate from everybody else. But, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys back on the YouTube channel at 8 o'clock tonight for Smoking Toke Show. And now it's time for me to go get baked for bed. You guys have a good